we go. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Come on in, Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide, huh? Yeah. Yeah, man. This ain't no regular live. This Roll Tide full of pride, huh? Roll Tide full of pride. You already know what it is. I ain't really got to dive too much into it, huh? Yeah. It's Indiana time. It's Rose Bowl time. And it's time to handle that business. Right? Right. In today's live, I'm gonna get into a few things, right? Check out some videos. We're gonna see the presser, what the players, coaches, staff has to say about Indiana. Boom, we're gonna break them down. Ty Simpson, Bernard, Jan Miller, all of them, man, etc. Huh? Yeah. We're going to talk about major keys to the game and certain Indiana disrespect or potential bulletin board material from one of Indiana's coaches. Now, you see, I say the disrespect reigns supreme. You know, all you've been hearing Alabama has no chance, Indiana's number one. Alabama can't stop the run out. Alabama can't run the ball. They can't get pressure on the quarterback. All this, all that. Yeah. Everybody has a reason why Alabama won't win, but nobody really talks about the way Alabama's playing now. If they bring their A game, the level of talent Alabama has, right? I've been saying it, dog. I don't think Indiana can really run with Alabama. And on top of that, right, boom, if Alabama plays technical, disciplined football, they'll run this team out the building. Yeah, huh? Yeah. And I stand on that 10 toes down heavy. And guess what? I ain't moving a budget off it. Yeah, man. I know for a fact if Bama brings their A game to every game, right, they can beat any team in the nation, including Indiana. You know, all we've been hearing is disrespect. Bama wasn't even supposed to be there for real. Let the college football world tell it right. Right. Bama wasn't even supposed to be in that thing round yonder. People didn't think they would make it out past Oklahoma. You know, just what it is, man. So really, you think about it, Bama playing really with house money. Yeah, I repeat, Bama playing with house money. You know, did no one expect them to be there or be here? Did no one think they could make it past Oklahoma, especially after the Georgia performance? But it's a difference, man. It's a change. Ty Simpson may be back to his old self. The defense is the defense. The defense is championship caliber, period. There's no denying that the defense has been elite all season. We just need the offense to catch up, period. And if we can get some form, I repeat, some form of a run game going, not even a crazy amount of yardage, but just enough, right, to keep Indiana on their heels, boom, to keep them thinking, second guessing, right, et cetera, et cetera. Man, like I say, Bama could win by 2 touchdowns plus. And it's no disrespect to Indiana. I know who they are as a team. I haven't watched them play, but they're 13-0, beat Ohio State. You have questions about Ohio State anyway. Miami might beat Ohio State, huh? Yeah. So Indiana is who they are. But when it comes down to the SEC, you can't deny the fact week in, week out, the level of competition is bar to none. Surpasses any conference in the land, homie. Heavy. And that's no shade at the Big Ten, but we know the SEC competition, level of competition on a week in, week out basis is better than the level of competition in the Big Ten, right? On a week in, week out basis. No, I understand this levels, homie. I understand that. All good. But we talking about levels here. You got to take into consideration the level of talent all across the board in the SEC conference, huh? Yeah, man. And if you do ignore that, you would be being delusional, huh? I'll get to the comments in a minute, man. But I gotta really break this down. Alabama went through a whole gauntlet, bro. I mean, a whole gauntlet. You look at the schedule next year, they got another gauntlet coming up. So they always put Bama in certain situations for some reason. They want them to prove themselves or whatever. You take a Big Ten team like Oregon, who have they played for real? You take Ohio State, right? Who have they played, for real? So these teams have certain easier paths to the college football playoff. You know? And I'm not saying Ohio State ain't like that. I'm not saying Indiana ain't like that, right? Right. But I'm saying Bama is like that as well. And I know for a fact, the level of talent across the board for Bama. If they bring their A game and show up, I mean, show up for real, ready to play and be fully prepared. They can be any team in the nation. And I'm not moving off that. You give me Ty Simpson, locked in, zoned in, bruh, delivering dimes, making the right throws, being accurate. You give me a slight run game. I ain't talking they gotta give you 100 plus. Now that would be a positive. That would be definitely a win. More than you ask for if they get 100 yards rushing on the ground. That damn near guarantees a victory. And if we're talking about Bama's run game, if they really get a run game going throughout this playoffs, dog, the rest of the way, how could any team, I don't care who they are, stop this offense? We've seen this offense be explosive, be lethal without a run game, with the lack of run game, Yeah, bitch, yeah. We've seen this offense be explosive without contributions from Ryan Williams, right? Ryan Williams, man, supposed to be one of the best receivers in the land. He's been quiet this year, even soft at times. But if we can get something from him, if he can elevate his game, if he can come out to the forefront and step up and start balling, how could any team stop this offense heavy? And I'm hearing everything. Oh, Indiana got two NFL caliber cornerbacks. All right, cool. Boom. They never seen receivers like they're gonna see versus Bama all in one heavy. At least with the same level of speed. I'm hearing about the receivers they have, very talented. Cool, boom. But I don't believe they seen a secondary with the talent or speed as Bama has. Now, if they go out there and if they go out there and prove you wrong, they prove you wrong. But it's a different animal when you talking about Bama, dog. You hear me? Compared to who they have played. Now they got the win on Ohio State, but like I say, is Ohio State the same? You hear? And a week in, week out basis is just different, dog. It's just different. In the SEC, your body gets beat up more, you know. The schedule is more grueling, you know. For the most part, players are bigger, faster, stronger, you know. And I understand the Big Ten is right there. Big props to the Big Ten. But if we being realistic, dog, Bama can definitely beat Indiana. But I like the bulletin board material. I like the doubt that people are showing Bama, right? I like it that everybody's saying ain't no way in hell Bama can win. I like that. I love it, bro. Give them some more of it, huh? Yeah. You know, at certain point in times, you like the rat poison, right? Right. And that's all it is, baby. Yeah. And I think this will be fuel to the fire for Bama moving forward. No one is giving them a chance. You got some analysts, some people saying, "Oh, Bama has a chance. If Bama plays Bama ball, this and that." Yeah, you know they go. They're gonna say that, of course, just to try to change the narrative a little bit, huh? But if Bama play disciplined football, be make sure they're technically sound, they can definitely beat this Indiana team. Just what it is, dog. But the key will be Ryan Grubb, the old line, and Ty Simpson. Period, dog. You know, how can Ryan Grubb adapt? Can Ryan Grubb be more consistent of a play caller? Can the O line protect Ty Simpson? We know if Ty Simpson is protected right, oh, he can sit there and pick a team apart. Now, it won't always be perfect. Ty Simpson will have to make some plays. Pressure, no pressure, whatever. He's going to have to step up and make some big throws, right? Right. That's just part of the game, what the game details, especially playoff time, period. Indiana will get pressure. They will be aggressive, and believe you me, they will blitz. That's just people think that's the blueprint to beating Bama and creating chaos for Ty Simpson. Yeah, they think you blitz him, you get pressure on him, huh? Bama's line won't hold up, and Ty Simpson will make some mistakes. Every team thinks they can get him off his game if they get pressure on him. Period. That's why I say you got to get some form of a running game going. They did it late versus Oklahoma. That was a plus. Now you build on top of that, period. You know? The play calling will be very important, man. When we talk about coach versus coach battle, adjustments, all that. That all will play a major role, a major key in how Bama performs. Ryan Grubb has to be locked in, definitely locked in. You know, let's get to some of these comments, man. Roll Tide full of pride, heavy. Let's go, man. The boo in the building, man. The boo 3 in the building. Shout out to boo 33 in the building, homie. Roll Tide full of pride, man. Roll Tide full of pride, baby. Yeah. You in the chat, like it up, man. Let's get it. To be honest, Indiana hasn't played anyone. Hey, come on, Sean. Hey, shout out Sean Wiley in the building, man. Shout out Sean Wiley in the building. You know, Sean, it's not about disrespect. It's about real facts, right, Sean? We ain't sitting here saying Indiana ain't like that or Indiana ain't good. You know, you can for damn sure believe Bama's not underestimating them at all. No one's saying Indiana isn't a legitimate team. All we're saying is, who have they played? You know, Sean, I'm right there with you, dog. Who have they played? Matter of fact, where the train at, man? Because that's a great comment, man. That's what I've been saying all along. That's all we saying. Nobody disrespecting Indiana. Nobody's saying that they can't beat Bama if Bama's not prepared. But who the hell have they played, bro? For real, no cap. You compare schedules, just compare schedules, right? Sean is totally different. It's totally different, baby. Yeah. They talking about, man, with the train. You know what I'm saying? One more again, bitch. Shout out Sean in the building, bro. Let's get him, man. We gotta be real here. People don't want to be real, dog. Nobody disrespecting Indiana. But ain't nobody scared of them either. You hear me? Heavy. I think the speed we got on our front line, the trenches with LT Overton coming back, man. Kane Walmack inserting a great scheme. I think we got too much speed and we're gonna get to Mendoza all day. We got to get pressure, bro. We got to get pressure early. Now we got it late versus Oklahoma, but we need it to be sooner, baby. Sooner. We got to apply immense pressure from beginning to end. And I think our trenches, our D line will do that. Period. Heavy. No cap. You know? And I think they're going to elevate their game. Prime time, Rose Bowl. You know what happened before. I think we finna see Bama locked in for real. And them boys finna put on a show, bro. Straight up, homie. Yeah. And I stand on that 10 toes down. You hear me? Heavy. Shout out Pippi in the building. Shout out Pippi in the building. Yo, what up, big dog? What up, big dog? We got Pippi coming in talking ignorant. Coming in talking ignorant. Shout out Epic Plays in the building. Shout out Epic Plays in the building. What up, big dog? Let's get it, man. Oh, who is this goofy in the building? Yo, bro, who you talking to? I'm talking to you, my guy. I'm talking to you. What the hell is your name, bro? LVSCR? What is that, my boy? Now you answer my question, my dog. What the hell type of name is that? Hey, somebody in the chat, let me know. He talking about yo, bro. Who you talking to? Obviously, I'm talking to you. I'm Per, boy. So Per, yeah, you know. I'm talking to the Roll Tide big dogs. Who the hell you talking to, homie? You hear me? And what type of name is that, homie? You hear me? What the hell do that even mean, my dog? LVSCRMWLL. Is that a secret code, huh? Is that a secret something you got going on, dog? Huh? Weird motherfucker. Huh? Come here and play with bigger skull, my boy. You know? Hey, shout out King FN in the building, dog. Roll Tide, man. Shout out King FN in the building, man. Let's get it, huh? Yeah. Man, I'm actually pissed Ohio State lost their number one spot to Indiana. King FN. I mean, whose side you on? Are you a Bama fan? Or are you a Ohio State fan? King FN. Let me know, homie. Let me know heavy. I could care less who got the number one spot for real. That just shows me Ohio State is very vulnerable and beatable. And matter of fact, Miami might get that victory. Say what you want to about Miami, but you talk about speed on top of being big and stout in the trenches. Oh yeah, Miami could definitely be a problem for Ohio State. No cap, period, bro. For real. We can't sit here and deny the fact that Miami is not stout in the trenches, heavy, and they got speed all over the field. Every position, every level, they got speed everywhere. What's your favorite team in college, though? What? Who am I talking about right now, dog? What is my channel about, dog? Vikings and what? Alabama football. Come on, bro. Come on now, King FN. You know better, dog. You know better. You know? Cause fuck Michigan. Oh, Michigan is in turmoil. You talk about a program maybe going downhill. Now I know they finally hired a coach, but at the end of the day, Michigan may be in trouble, baby. May be in trouble heavy. Pay attention to the transfer portal, especially players coming out of Michigan. I know Bama got a receiver or something who entered the portal. Let him go. I'll get into that later, right? Right. If you don't want to be in Bama, if they don't want to be here, cool. Let them go. They don't want to put the work in, the effort in. Cool. Boom. Let them go, bro. Heavy. We don't need no players, no coaches around yonder who don't want to be part of the program. The players who stay, who need to stay, huh? Who should stay, will remain. Whoever else want to leave, let them go. Have you seen the Bama recruiting class, dog? Have you observed the Bama recruiting class, huh? And the job Kalen DeBoer, huh? And his scouting team have done. So I ain't even really worried about certain players hitting the portal. I think the real ones and the ones who are legitimate will stay. Period, huh? But yeah, Michigan is in a tough spot, a tough situation. And we're going to see how it go with the University of Michigan. You hear me? Heavy, bro. You know what I mean? Look, Indiana and Ohio State hasn't played in their conference at all. Indiana hasn't played anyone. I mean, yeah, Sean, we know that, bro. We know that definitely. But they're gonna hype Indiana up, man. They're gonna make them look like this. They're gonna make the game huge and colossal, for the ratings, for the views, etc. And they're gonna make Bama put Bama in a certain picture, try to paint a certain picture on Bama heavy. But everybody and their mama know Bama is a problem. Bama is a problem, especially when they locked in. Right? So they can say whatever they want. I ain't even too much worried about it. But we know from the outside looking in, Indiana really ain't played nobody. I mean, who they play? You count Penn State. Penn State played them tough. Oregon, okay, you can give them the Oregon win, but who has Oregon play? You got to question Oregon. You hear me? Heavy, dog, no cap. You hear me, dog? Shout out Tech Jedi in the building, man. Shout out Tech Jedi in the building. Huh? You hear me? Yeah, bitch, yeah. That boy Tech Wild, man, for real. EJ, where you get those glasses? The Men in Black store? Dog, you in the building, Agent EJ. Shout out Tech in the building, bro. You hear me? You know what it is, man. Oh man, I'm more concerned about Indiana's running attack than passing. Shout out Delta in the building, bro. Heavy no cap, my dog Delta in the building, man. For real. Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide full of pride, right? Right. He said I'm more concerned about Indiana's running attack than passing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't really know too much about Indiana. Now Bama has to stop the run, like I say. But I think Indiana will try to attack this secondary, period. Now, of course, they're going to try to run the ball, but they got a Heisman winner at quarterback, a first round pick at quarterback. So believe you me, they're going to try to attack this secondary. And if they do that, it may cost them, it may backfire, especially if we getting pressure. But I feel you, Delt. I feel you, bro. First off, where the games are won at any level, right, is the trenches. So our D line has to be able to stop the damn run. But the way the defense been playing as a whole, especially the trenches, I'm not too worried about them stopping the run. I feel like that's one of their strengths, at least right now at this point in the season. My biggest concern about the defense, is them not being able to apply pressure on Mendoza heavy. Because in order for Bama to win, right, we got to apply immense pressure on Mendoza the whole game. We cannot allow him to just sit back there and pick us apart. Period, man. So I'm more worried about that. I ain't even gonna say worried though, but I just want us to be able to apply pressure. Now, Kane Walmack, shout out to him and the staff. They made adjustments, second half, boom, and they started attacking Oklahoma for real. Getting to the quarterback, hitting him in his mouth, boom. And I've always said I'll be more concerned about a quarterback who can scramble and run against Bama instead of a pocket passer. Now Mendoza has some mobility, great quarterback. I haven't even seen him play, but I'll be more worried about a quarterback who can run and get out the pocket and scramble for real than a quarterback who can potentially be a sitting duck, right? Right. You want to I'll be right back. You know? That's what I'm more worried about, man, or would be concerned about. Is our D line not getting pressure or enough pressure? you know, the run game, stopping the run game. I ain't too worried about that, man. Heavy. The way the defense has been playing, the trench play we've gotten, especially the last 3-4 weeks. Nah, man. I think we'll be settled in. Definitely be settled in against their run attack. But hey, gotta prove it, man. Gotta prove it. Indiana got a solid line. At least that's what the analysts and so-called experts say. Right, right. But hey, they gonna find out. We gonna find out, and they gonna see how it's real different, man. Real different when we talking about Bama, bro. You hear me? Heavy. So let them sleep. Let them disrespect all that. I'm cool with all that, huh? Yeah. Cause Bama gonna wake them up for real, quickly and swiftly, man. For real, you know? Yeah, bitch, yeah. Let's get it, man. Yeah. Shout out Denise in the building. Shout out Denise in the building. Oh yeah, huh? Roll Tide, roll Tide. The only team they have lost to was dual threats. Come on now, Denise. Come on, Denise. I assume you talking about Bama, right? Talking about the quarterbacks they have lost to. I mean, let's break it down, but hold on though. That's a real fact though. Hold on though. One more game. Shout out Denise in the building, man. Bringing a real deal, no Holyfield, but shout out to Holyfield, right? He is a boxing legend. Yeah. We talk about dual threats. Who did Bama lose to? Who was the dual threat? Who was the dog? First game of the season. Boom. Florida State. Homeboy was a dog. He didn't beat Bama throwing the ball. Florida State didn't beat Bama throwing the ball, huh? Yeah. Hell no. What they do? Run. The quarterback ran. Period. Who else did Bama lose to? What's the other loss? Who gave Bama problems? Georgia game. Now I wouldn't call him a an extreme dual threat, but he ran the ball enough to affect Bama. And I'm talking the SEC championship, right? Right. Oklahoma, Mateer, he's a dual threat. He gave Bama issues the first game at home on top of 3 turnovers. But you dig me, you get my drift, bro. Period. You look at the quarterback from Missouri. He gave Bama issues as far as running the ball. Now, Bama made the necessary adjustments, huh? They shut it down. Because one thing with these dual quarterback and dual threat teams, where the problem comes in for them, you make them one dimensional. Bama made Oklahoma one dimensional, period. And on top of that, if you can apply pressure, they'll throw you a pick or two. We saw it with Oklahoma. Boom, period. The Auburn game, he was a dual threat. He gave Bama issues heavy. He'll be back next year. You hear me? If he don't hit the damn portal, dog, heavy. But every quarterback who has been gave Bama real issues has been who? What type of quarterbacks, huh? At least this year, man. Quarterbacks who can run, huh? Get out the pocket, create something, make big plays happen downfield, huh? That's the bottom line. No cap. You can't compare it either way. So I'm not worried about a Mendoza per se. Now, what you should be worried about as far as Mendoza, huh? If Bama don't apply pressure and they let this NFL quarterback, huh, sit back there and pick them apart, period. Because if you do that, it's going to be a long day, a long night, a long game in general. We have to apply pressure on Mendoza. I mean, dude's a first pick of the draft talent, right? Heisman Trophy winner for a reason. You know, but he will be tested. Oh, yeah, he will be tested versus Bama. And if we hit him in the mouth, break him, take his will, take his soul early, oh, man, ain't no doubt in my mind. He'll give us 2 picks. Yeah. You know, the way our secondary playing, right? The way some of them boys getting into a groove, man, on fire, right? So, yeah, man, it's only a matter of time before he gives us more picks. And the defense is still continuing to grow and get better. That's what it is, dog. So, yeah, Mendoza not really a dual threat. Now, he can run the ball. He can definitely run if he needs to. And he's a big body, but he's a pocket passer, man. You know, he's a pocket passer, dog, for real. EJ, did you see the newspaper? JJ McCarthy sneezed and broke his nose muscle. He will be out for 2. Stop capping that. Hey, that boy Tech cap, man. Huh? Doing all that cap Tech, huh? Yeah. Stop capping, my boy. You hear? James Shouts in the building. Shout out James Shouts in the building, man. Yeah. What up, EJ? Indy defense is underrated, but I don't think they've seen an offense like Bama. They haven't seen an offense like Bama, man. Come on now. You know, that's my point exactly, James Shouts, right? I mean, look at the teams they have played, and especially if Bama's offense is locked in, we've seen how elite Bama's offense is when they're in a groove, when they're in rhythm, got momentum, when Ryan Grubb is in his bag, when Ty Simpson is in his bag. And if we get contributions, more contributions from the run game and Ryan Williams, that will be a major key as well. Can Ryan Williams step up and be a weapon and stretch the field? You know, we see what Brooks can do. Young freshman stepping up. We know who Bernard is, right? We know who Horton is. you know. So the only missing link is Ryan Williams. The only guy who has not performed like he should have performed this year is Ryan Williams, baby. Yeah. Damn near Lodzier Brooks has taken his spot. yeah. Now everybody talking about Ryan Williams was the number one receiver coming in. No, he might literally be the foe. So we need more contributions from him. You hear me? He talk about Hollywood, Ryan this, Hollywood that. All right, bet. Bring out the Hollywood. What a perfect time to do it, Mr. Williams. In California, Hollywood, etc. So you Ryan Hollywood Williams will come play like Ryan Hollywood Williams, huh? Yeah, bitch, yeah. Wake up, smell the coffee, and get your ass in order, get your ass in line. But you're absolutely right, James Schaus. They have not seen an offense like Bama, with the speed, explosiveness, etc., along with the play calling. Like I said, man, Ryan Grubb can have his way. I'm talking about boom, boom, everybody going with your way. Going here, going there, huh? Yeah. Even Isaiah Horton, you can take advantage of his speed and size. Yeah, he's a bigger receiver, but he doesn't lack in the speed area. Come on, man. Be real here, man. Come on. Yes, Bama, the only teams going back to Saban, the teams was dual threats, except for Stephen Garcia at South Carolina. I mean, come on, Denise, man. Denise in the building heavy. Denise in the building heavy, huh? Yeah. Roll Tide, full of pride, win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Dual threats have been a problem all year for this squad. I mean, you look at even the games they won. You look at the Pavias. Pavia gave them issues early. Yeah. But the good sign about this defense is they were able to make adjustments in all these games. Besides what the Georgia game, the Florida State game early, and they fought their way back in that one, bro. Period. Shout out Eugene in the building, man. Shout out Eugene Graham in the building. Great analysis, bro. Great analysis. Hey, much appreciated, big dog, huh? Much appreciated to you, big dog. Yeah, man. Roll Tide, man. Yeah. yeah. One more game, bro. One more game, huh? Oh, yeah. Shout out Eugene in the building, man. You hear me? I'm like you. I need pressure and INTs. He's a smart ass player, but he's never seen this many 5 stars on defense. Facts, man. It's different, Denise. It's so different. You attacking him from every angle, and I feel like our trenches has way more speed than Indiana. I feel like we can really run around Indiana, especially when you throw in other blitzers in there. Come on, man. When you throw a LT Overton in there, a Keeley in there who's flying to the damn ball, you throw our linebackers in there, right? On blitzes. Yeah, you throw Pierre in there on blitz packages, huh? Etc. Yeah, Kane Walmack really dives into his bag and starts to disguise coverages heavy, like we seen versus Oklahoma. Really trick this quarterback, huh? And play with this quarterback's mind. Oh yeah, man. He's never seen the speed we have up front. Now, yeah, Bama may be a little undersized, right? But at the end of the day, they make up for it very well. And they got big dog juggernauts, big bodies in there as well. You got Tim Keenan up front, anchoring the center, anchoring the middle, heavy. So we got big body players and legitimate edge rushers, bro, damn near all across the board. I know LT Overton is a senior. He'll be entering the draft. You got Smith, NFL talent, bro. And Alabama is a very young team. You got the freshman Simmons, number 90, who's been playing very well, contributing at a high level. He's going to be a true stud. You can tell already, dog, the way he's playing, what he's giving Bama only as a freshman, huh? The way he plugs gaps, the way he can get to the quarterback, and he's still growing into his body. He going to be a big dog. I repeat, he going to be a big dog in the future. Only a freshman, man, for real. Pay attention to number 90, Simmons. You're talking about a potential first round pick at the D line position, baby. Period. Heavy, huh? Yeah. Bitch, yeah. You know? So Bama stacked all across the board, man. For real. Then you throw Rusaw coming off the edge, boom. You throw Justin Jefferson coming off the edge, boom. You throw Lawson coming in there. He's an NFL talent. Justin Jefferson, an NFL talent. So we got NFL players all across the damn board. You hear me, dog? Ready to cut like a sword, huh? Yeah. And then once again, respect to Indiana and what they have done, what they have built over there around yonder. Yeah. But playing Bama, going up against Bama will be different. For real. You know, everybody want to sit and say, oh, Bama hasn't seen a team like Indiana. How? What are you talking about? Yeah. What do we mean here? Let's be for real here, man. For a second. Bama has seen the Georgias. Yeah. Bama has seen South Carolina in South Carolina at night. Yeah. And South Carolina has NFL talent across the board if we're talking trenches as well. They got some outside edge rushers who are very phenomenal, right? Yeah. Bama has seen the Tennessees, the Missouris, the Oklahomas, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Let's stop the cap. The SEC is a different animal. Different animal week in, week out, period. You throw some of these big teams in there, you ask yourself, will they win 9 games, homie? 9 games. Yeah. Bama won 10. And a couple of the games they beat themselves. You hear me? You know? They beat themselves with turnovers, bad play, whatever. You know? Be real here, man. No cap. Shout out Oscar in the building, man. Shout out Oscar in the building. Don't know what the hell he mean. Ohio. Is that for Ohio State, huh? Are you an Ohio State fan, Oscar? Let it be known, homie. Let it be known. We go. Yeah, man. We're gonna get into some of these interviews, some of these pressures, and really break it down. I got Ryan Williams for 2 touchdowns this game. Oh man, hold on, Denise. Oh man, don't do that now, Denise. Denise coming in hot. You hear me? Yeah, hold on, one more game, man. Man, come on, now. I don't know, Denise. Hey, I hope so. If Ryan Williams come out and ball like that, oh, that's a plus for Bama. Heavy. I don't know though, man. I hope so. I hope that boy wake up and he come out of his shell or whatever's holding him back this year. And I hope he starts to ball out. But Denise, let me know though. Let me know why you think Ryan Williams gonna have 2 touchdowns. You hear me? Do you think he can really elevate his game? Do you think the bright lights, under the bright lights, under the Hollywood lights, that his true talent will come out? Yeah, because we need it. Trust me, we need it from him. And the time is now. What a perfect time to come alive for Williams. What a perfect time to come alive for Ryan Williams, bro. Period. You know? Yeah, man. No cap. Believe that. EJ Vikings cannot let Flores leave. Pay the man. If let him walk, they don't want to win. That's just my opinion on that. Oh man, come on, Shouts. You know, Shouts throwing that Vikings talk in there. Huh? Yeah, man. I did a video about Brian Flores. Go check it out, bro. Yeah, you pay that man whatever he want, whatever he asking for. Like I said in the video, right? He's more important than KOC and Quasi, period. I repeat, he's more of an important piece than Quasi and O'Connell. I repeat, I stand on that 10 toes down, man down. You hear me? No cap. Just what it is, dog. For real. Roll Tide, SKOL Tide. That D line super deep. Hey, a super deep D line, Denise. We stacked across the board at the D line position. Different type bodies as well. Different big bodies. Huh? Very young too. Very young too. You see younger guys coming in contributing, heavy. You got number 24 got in the game. He balled out, got pressure on the quarterback. Kelby Collins, he balled out, got pressure on the quarterback, man. For real. All these guys are potential NFL players. Some may be NFL stars, period. And once again, Indiana has not seen this for real. Yeah, Facts, Denise. Come on now. A dog. True dog. Yeah. The Glass City Buck. Shout out the Glass City Buck in the building. A Vikings flag and Bama flag is diabolical. What, man? Come on now, man. SKOL Tide, man. SKOL Tide, huh? Yeah. I know this wide receiver gets I know this Ryan Williams gets open anytime, anywhere. He just got to do this simple step, catching. Yeah, he has to catch the ball. That's the first thing, most important thing, Denise. My thing is, how many years has it been? This guy's no longer a freshman. How many games has he played in, huh? What, he had 2 off season and he doesn't know how to catch with his hands yet? That's a problem right there, in my opinion, I mean, this guy spent the off season working with the Devontae Williams, etc. I mean, Devontae Smith, etc. Right? Right. So my question for Ryan Williams is, why the hell can't he catch the damn ball? And can he get open really anytime, anywhere? Has he been getting open anytime, anywhere? Now, I understand there's been some games where Ty Simpson has missed receivers completely. Can't ignore that fact. But we need more from Ryan Williams. We need more from Deuce. And that's just what it is. Ain't no way around it. He has underachieved this season, period. So if he can wake up, answer the call, benefit Bama, benefit Bama. Shout out, man, for real. I love to see a lady who understands the game of football. Shout out, Miss Denise. Yeah, man, for real. Shout out to the women in the building. But Denise coming in hot. Denise is coming in hot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Real facts, real facts. A lot of people try to sugarcoat it. Oh, Ryan Williams, he'll be all right. He'll be all right when? Be all right when? It's been a whole season, dog. A whole season. And he's still dropping passes. Still dropping passes. Inexcusable. Dropping big passes at that. Let's get into this article right quick. Then I'm gonna dive into some of these videos, man. This article real quick, man. See what's up. Now they're saying Indiana respects Bama, but some people are also saying that Indiana may have given Bama bulletin board material. Hold on one second. I feel that, but if you check his drops, they either go into the end zone or a big third down. Hey, those are bad drops, though. You dropping touchdowns, you dropping big third down conversion plays potentially. That's a big problem. No cap. One catch will bring the juice, my brother. One catch, one touchdown can get Ron Williams going. That's true. But we've seen him have one catch before, right, Denise, during the season, and then be quiet the rest of the game, So Ryan Williams, he just been inconsistent. Now, if Ryan Grubb can get some quick play calls, get the ball in his hands, get him into some type of groove and rhythm, maybe. But at the end of the day, Ryan Williams going to have to make it happen. He's had ample opportunities to prove himself. Period. So many chances to prove himself. So many. All right, I'm gonna do this article first. Give me 1 second, man. Could they say Indiana respects Bama, but I don't think they respect Bama for real. Give me 1 second here, man. Here we go. Here we go. All right, boom. Let's check it out right quick, man. Hold up, hold up. All right, here. We're gonna see what Ryan Grubb got to say later as well. Huh? You hear me? Yeah. Bama still Bama. Indiana players talk Alabama defense ahead of Rose Bowl. I ain't gonna click on this one right now. I'm gonna get to that separately. I'm gonna finish this article out first. Here we go. Down 17-0 to Oklahoma in the first round of the 2025 college football playoff. An entire nation saw an Alabama football team on the ropes in Norman. Okay, that Friday night. The same viewing audience that night also saw an Alabama defense rise up, stunning the Sooners by climbing out of an early hole to tie the game at halftime. As Alabama continued to drain the life out of the Sooners offense in their way to a 34-24 victory, a special group was paying attention. That group, the Indiana Hoosiers, UA's next opponent in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day, January 1st, 3 p.m. Central Time. Let's get it. Before the two schools descend upon Pasadena, California, members of Indiana's offense met with the media Saturday and discussed what they've seen from Alabama's day's game. See, they talk about respect. You know, of course, that's the right thing to say. But do you really feel that Indiana respects Bama, dog? Let me know in the chat, huh? Do you think Indiana really respects Bama? Let me know in the damn chat, bro. For real. You know? I think Daniel Hill is getting comfortable. No Indian is throwing shade. Here we go, man. Let's see. Hold on. They have a lot of athletes. Indiana tight end Riley Nowakuk said, Bama still Bama from that aspect. They have a lot of guys that are big, strong, can fly around. So that obviously presents a big problem when you're going against a team like that. They do a lot of 7, 8 up looks, or they'll drop out of it and bring 0. And that's just tough for anybody to handle. As Indiana's players assess Alabama's defense, Hoosier offensive lineman Pat Coogan talked about the Crimson Tide front, singling out UA defensive tackle and captain Tim Keenan. Shout out Tim Keenan, true big dog. Against Oklahoma, Keenan blocked and recovered an Oklahoma punt, leading to a short field for the Crimson Tide, who ended up kicking a field goal to make it a 17-10 ball game. That play was one of many that helped swing momentum Alabama's way before eventually tying the game 17 all at halftime. Coogan had nothing but praise for the UA defense and knows they're in for a battle on Thursday. You're damn right, dog. Let's get it. Roll Tide full of pride. No cap. Really, really, really good front. Coogan said the front 7 in general, really large individuals, great body types. It's an SEC defense and it's dominant, and it's a great front 7 that you know is going to be a big challenge for us. You're damn right. You better strap your cleats up, boy. Lace your boots up heavy. Lace your chin strap up heavy. Because we coming. Oh, yeah. We coming, bro. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Roll Tide. I think it all starts with 96, you know, Tim Keenan, the anchor, their nose guard, their defensive tackle. He's their leader there. He's their captain, a real stout defender, plays with great leverage, and he's going to be a huge challenge for all of us, me in particular. UA's historical playoff comeback gave the IU team a better understanding of what they'll be facing on New Year's Day, but also keeping an eye on how Alabama adjusted helped the Hoosiers possibly to get some different looks they may have not anticipated. Given the circumstances, the Crimson Tide ended up facing versus Oklahoma. However, Alabama's comeback did give way to more Hoosier These grammar errors, dog, crazy. However, Alabama's comeback did give way to more Hoosier respect. Yo, these beat writers just be having grammatical errors. No one says nothing. The world we in, dog, heavy. And the type of program Indiana understands they will be facing in the Rose Bowl. That's no easy feat, being down 17 nothing in Norman, Oklahoma, being able to come back and win, being down 17 to nothing anywhere against a quality opponent is tough, but especially away in college football playoff game. First can't type, bro. That is really tough, Coogan said. So it's a credit to them and their ability to stay locked in and come back and win. I think it shows the type of culture that they have had down there and how big of a challenge it's going to be for us. But they had to push their chips all in the middle. So it definitely gave is a great idea. Yo, these dude, yo, are you kidding me right now, bro? Yo, how the hell they get away with this, bro? Just typing horrible. Damn grammatical errors, heavy, homie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These dudes just improper, all messing everything up, man. Shout out Daniel Hill, man. Shout out Daniel Hill, heavy. But these grammatical errors is crazy, homie. Crazy. These missing commas, they misspelling words, leaving words out. Come on, man. Make no damn sense, period, bro. But at the end of the day, it's more of a culture thing they showed out there and their resiliency. So we know how big of a challenge it is going to be for us. That's pretty much for that article, man. But see, things like that, articles like that, like you got that article where they're showing respect, then I'm finna get into another one where they probably throwing some shade, but like I say, it's good for Bama. God humbles us all. Some people get humbled in front of millions. He has the ability to. He just needs a breakthrough and for us to believe in him. I'm loving this live though, my brother. Roll damn tide. Shout out Denise, much appreciated. Heavy. Shout out John C in the building. Shout out John C in the building. Loving the headdress and tats. Ice coming to Bama, boy. Oh man, let's get it, man. Roll tide, man. Roll tide. Shout out John C in the building once again, man. One more again. Oh yeah, man. You hear me? Lace your $1,000 cleats, Indy. Hey, lace them up, get them right. Better zone in, lock in. Bama coming, man. We coming, bro. You hear me? Heavy. 1 second, man. Show a nigga love. Yeah. Let them know, Denise. Let them know. We coming, we here. Believe that, you hear me? Yeah. Shout out Byron in the building. Shout out Byron Turner in the building. I believe Alabama and the rest of the SEC will underestimate a team like Indiana. It might not be easy for the Tide. No one's saying it'll be easy, Byron, you know? But at the same time, it could potentially be easy. Yeah, Byron, you know? I don't think the SEC or definitely not Bama is underestimating nobody. You hear me? Alabama would be fools to underestimate a team like Indiana. You hear me? But at the same time, don't nobody fear Indiana, you know? And yeah, I feel like Bama can beat this team by 2 touchdowns if they bring their A game and play technical and disciplined football, right? Right. And I'm going to stand on that 10 toes down, period. Is Indiana a real good team? Hell yeah. Did they beat Ohio State? Hell yeah. Are they the number one team in the nation? Yeah. But Bama going to put them to the test. You know, ain't nobody underestimating nobody. They're in the playoff for a reason. They undefeated for a reason. So you can't underestimate this team. No cap. But at the end of the day, they better not underestimate Bama either. It's a whole lot of people underestimating Bama. Yeah, you know, forgetting who Bama really is. Right, right. Mm-hmm. So let's be real here, man. No cap. What? Who is this guy, man? Who is this guy? Random derpster. So how much money you think Alabama sent to Israel to say, please come save our program? Oh, what? What are you saying, my boy? What are you on, my boy? Like that for real. Fuck up out of here, dog. No cap. The fuck going on around here? What? Here we go. Got some Bama hate. Got some Bama hate in the building, man. Ain't it crazy though? Ain't it a trip though? Yeah. let me guess random. You a Notre Dame fan? Oh, you mad, nigga? Get glad, nigga. You hear me? Yeah, bitch, yeah. Huh? Random Derpster. You had 3 losses. So what? 3 losses? What? 3 losses in the SEC. So what? What up, bro? Period. Huh? Let's talk about the wins. Compare the wins. Huh? Yeah, man. Bama ain't never dick ride nothing, homie. You hear me? Yeah. Bama did what they needed to do to be in the playoff. Period. And if they didn't belong, they wouldn't have beat Oklahoma. Period. But you know what? It's all good. Bama haters like you make it feel even more true, dog. It's gonna feel that much more better when Bama beat Indiana, right? Right. To shut people like yo ass up. Huh? Oh yeah. Shut Bama haters like yo ass up. You hear me, chump punk? Yeah. So make sure you keep that same energy, dog. That same energy right there around yonder, huh? Yeah. Come on, man. It's no comparison. It's no comparison. Period. Indiana will be missing their top defensive end, but Bama O line will still have to protect. Facts. That's going to be play a major part in the game. You know, I mean, injuries suck. You don't wish injuries on nobody, but their top DN being out, that's definitely benefiting Bama. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But the O line will have to step up. You are absolutely correct, Byron. Heavy. There's no way around it. Their pass protection must be better. Run blocking must be better all across the board early. You know, everybody got to step up. Everybody got to elevate, injuries or not. Oh, yeah, this line will get tested, especially the right side of the line. Oh, yeah, they will get tested early and often. You know, let's get into this article about did Indiana give Bama some bulletin board material? And after that, we're gonna get into these pressers and interviews, man. See what these players and coaches gotta say about the game coming up. Heavy. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me get to it. You know, ain't that the way it go though? They talk about respect, but really is it respect for Bama? Me 1 second, man. Get it going here. Close some of this shit out. You hear me? Heavy. Let's see, man. 1 second here, man. Did the Indiana defensive coordinator, give Alabama bulletin board material? It's always that one, somebody who messes up, slips up, and gives Bama some bulletin board, material to add more fuel to the fire. So let's see what he had to say, or is it all just one big rumor? Indiana's football defensive coordinator, Brian Haynes, is engaging with the banter going on between Alabama and Indiana fans ahead of the Rose Bowl. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful, you know? See, it's easy as a coach or as a player to get caught up into what the fans are saying, right? The back and forth, etc., between fans and between both teams. But when you as a coach or you as a player find your way indulging in it, that could be a problem for your team. And like we say, guess what? I hope it is bulletin board material, because guess what? That's even better for Bama. That's going to give them even more of an edge and chip on their shoulder. So all this all this talk, disrespect, whatever, benefits Bama, man, for real. This time around, it benefits Bama. Some believe one of the separating factors between the Crimson Tide and the Hoosiers is the level of talent the Tide has on its roster in comparison to Indiana's roster. Haynes played into this narrative with a post to X where he appeared to take a jab at the narrative, posting, "It's true, just can't hold up against their magnificent size and strength." Oh, man, come on, bro. So we got him. You can take it as shade. I mean, I think he's definitely being sarcastic, and I think he's definitely throwing shade. It might be slight shade, but it is shade. You hear me? Basically posting that as a joke, saying, "Oh, yeah, they're just too big. They're just too strong. It's no way we can deal with them." But when coaches start to retweet things and dive into the banter full speed ahead, you better be careful, homie. You better be very careful and tread lightly. You hear me? Yeah. But I like it. I love it. I'm here for. Give Alabama more reason to lock in and stay locked in. So who is this here? Hold on, man. Hi, sorry I cooked you last time, Nick. Appreciate you doing your work. However, this time is true. Just can't hold up against their magnificent size and strength, or maybe, just maybe, we eat. Rose Bowl, Haynes posted to X. So I guess this is the retweet he made. Oh man, bro, it's crazy how it gets at these times of the season, right? You know, heavy, man. Bulletin board material or not, we need all of it. We will take all of it. Disrespect, all of it, whatever. You in the chat, like it up, bro. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Roll Tide full of pride, man. You know what it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Come on, man. But Indiana might want to be careful with giving Bama some more motivation and more drive. Yeah. Might want to be very careful, huh? Yeah. Now I'm gonna get into some of these pressures, man. Break down these interviews, see what these boys really talking about, and really pay attention, because as I break down these interviews, I'm gonna really talk about what these certain players need to do. Certain players like Ty Simpson, right? Boom. Certain coaches like Ryan Grubb, right? Boom. So we're gonna really break it down and see what's going on. Period. Given the past 2 seasons, if Indiana wins this game, can we really say they are an elite program in college football, or just for the moment? Oh, man, Byron, good question, man. Great question for real. I guess you just got to see how it pans out, huh? How they look moving forward for the next 3, 4 years. We see a lot of teams who are good for a year, good for 2 years, huh? Good for the moment. Then they max out, reach their potential. Then it is what it is. But you never know. Has Indiana built a real program over there? We're gonna see though. We're gonna find out. Or we gonna find out. No cap, bro. Great question from Byron, though. Great question from Byron. You know? Time will tell though. Time will definitely tell who Indiana really is. Let me see. Let's get into these articles right quick, man. I'm gonna do Ryan Grubb first. Just get him out the way. See what he really got to say about these dudes here, man. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me get to it. Uh-huh. Oh, let me share the screen, man. Hold on, man. Let's go, bro. Y'all know what time it is, man. We know what time it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I get it nine, and all right, and all right. Here we go, man. Let's get to it, huh? Yeah. Really break Ryan Grubb down. And before I dive into it, right? Ryan Grubb is going to have to step up. Yeah. Ryan Grubb is going to have to play call at an elite level, huh? Yeah. Ryan Grubb is going to have to take his play calling abilities to a different level, period. He has to be more consistent, huh? Yeah. All that pretty stuff, setting the team back in the drive. We saw it versus Oklahoma the last game, right? You're getting 8 yards a clip, 7 yards a clip. Your offense is driving, you're building, gaining momentum, and he always has a situation where he has to try to get pretty or try to look fancy. We saw with that dumb play call versus Oklahoma. What was that? A reverse, huh? He tried to make it look pretty, try to do too much, run the ball or throw the ball, Grub, period. Yeah. Now I gotta always reiterate this. I love when he's aggressive. I love that he rides with it. And when he's on fire, he's on fire. Period. You cannot deny that. When Ryan Grubb is in his bag, he is really in his damn bag. When the offense is clicking, hitting on all cylinders, they are really clicking and hitting on all cylinders. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But we also know Ryan Grubb can be very inconsistent, period. I want to see him lean on the run game more. Like I say, they don't need 100 yards a game, but you need to make the defense respect your running ability. Make the defense respect you hitting them with the play action, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, huh? Yeah. So we're going to see how great Ryan Grubb is or isn't. Period, man. Period. They say that's why he left Seattle or why Seattle fired him, because he couldn't be consistent or he had major mental lapses in the game or had bad performances in big time moments, period. So we're going to see who Ryan Grubb really is, and can he continuously, consistently put his team in the right position, the best position to win. No cap, it starts with him. What do I always say? The most important part of a team is what? Coaching, bro. I repeat, coaching. You can have all the talent in the world. If your coaching is up to par, it doesn't matter. Huh? We see it at every level, bro. Boom. High school, college, NFL, whatever. Your coaches have to be competent, man. Your coaches have to develop these players, man. It's no way around it. Yeah. But aggressiveness, when Ryan Grubb goes into attack mode, oh man, I'm rocking with it heavy. But sometimes he does a little too much. He needs to learn how to lean on the run. With a defense like Bama has, you can lean on your defense. You can depend on your defense. Yeah. Let's go, man. Break it down. Hmm. A true story, Byron. True story. Then Bulldogs finally became an elite program. So it's possible. It's definitely possible, man. It's definitely possible. Shout out Byron Turner in the building. It is definitely possible, dog. No cap. Especially with the NIL now, with the transfer portal now, pay for play, damn near pay for play. And you gotta shout out, respect the players who follow their heart, follow their spirit, etc. Who not enticed by the money, who not enticed by temptation, right? Right. That's why you see Bama having great recruiting classes, because players are really going with their heart, with their soul, with their spirit, Yeah. So yeah, the NIL allows teams to pay for play and all that, but at the end of the day, I feel like it will balance itself out. You know? It's going to be wet and rainy at the Rose Bowl. Bama better have that mediocre run game. Yeah, you got to have, especially in those elements, you got to have some form of a run game, right, Byron? Your run game has to be going. Not only that, they got to make sure they're wearing the right damn cleats. You know? Have the right damn cleats on your feet, period. Let's get into it, man. Here we go.
Yeah, just was going to say it's an honor to be in the Rose Bowl. Played a few games there, but never in the actual Rose Bowl. So just really fired up to go against, the number one team in the country. See Mendoza in person, Heisman Trophy candidate, or winner, I should say, and heck of a quarterback and just a great staff. They do a great job. So looking forward to the opportunity.
All right, thanks, Coach. Let's start on the far right here today.
Yeah, what's the biggest thing you want the offense to carry over from the second half of that Oklahoma game?
Their resiliency.
Real talk, real talk. One thing we seen from the Bama program, right? That offense, Ty Simpson, all them boys, Yeah. They didn't hold their heads down. They kept fighting, and they were very resilient. Something you can't coach, right? Something you really can't teach. Either players got it or they don't. But the resiliency we seen from this team, right? From this offense was damn near spectacular, baby. Yeah. Another reason why I think they can beat any team in the nation. Period, man. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Huh?
What they showed, is what we felt they've been capable of all year is when the chips are down, you got to be at your best, play to our standard, not the circumstances, and I thought, that was what they did. And, we've preached that for quite a while, or I have anyways, that, we got to play to our standard, in practice and in games. And when it's not perfect, that we don't, fall down to the circumstances and fall out of love with the game.
But you have to point something out as well, correct? Correct. They have to stop with these slow starts, They got to start fast from jump. That's been one of the biggest problems with this offense, with this team in general, starting slow, being inconsistent, etc. So everything he said is true and correct. You have to show resiliency. You have to show fight and a certain standard, which Bama showed that versus Oklahoma. But at the same time, if you're mentally prepared, Ryan Grubb, you and your players, if they're mentally locked in, you will start fast. You will be consistent week in, week out. Point blank, period. Bottom line, heavy. So I understand sometimes things go left. Oh, it's tough moments. The pressure is on, You make mistakes, turnovers, all this, all that. How do you bounce back? We've seen how Bama bounced back. But moving forward, it needs to be about starting fast, Not having these lapses, lapses in performance where they're playing bad, not moving the ball, not zoned in, locked in, none of that. We talking about the quarterfinals of the playoffs, Yeah. You should have your players locked in, period, and ready to play Bama football. You should be setting the standard from what? First snap, to the last snap. First quarter to the fourth quarter. So that starts with you, Grubb, That starts with you and your coaching staff, right? Kalen DeBoer, etc. Making sure everyone is locked in. There's no reason Bama should be still starting slow. Fuck all that, bro. For real, no cap. The time is now, and it's time to lock the hell in. So, Grub, you got to be locked in first, you know? So we can talk about resiliency, talk about the standard, talk about fight, all that, which this team has. But this team should not be starting slow every damn week, especially in a college football playoff. That shit should be behind you, huh? You hear me? Period, dog. No cap. That should be way behind you, round yonder. Yeah, bitch, yeah. You know? That's all I'm saying, man. Period.
When all of a sudden you're down a couple touchdowns or something. And I just thought they played so hard, and Ty was, I thought at his all-time best, in my opinion, just the way he was, his resiliency on the sideline, his mindset, just the things he was saying in between series. There just was a belief that, if I was down.
Shout out LeVar in the building. Shout out LeVar Stars in the building, huh? Yeah. I don't know what my dog laughing at, but shout out LeVar in the building. Heavy.
They're playing with Ty out of believe like we're going to get this done. So I think that unwavering belief and just the guys with a really, really tough start, obviously the football game that they, knew they could move the football on these guys, had done it before and just stuck to the plan.
Go to front left, Chase.
My question's similar to that one. I want to ask you more about Ty in the Oklahoma game. He obviously played better in the second half than the first half, but apart from just performance, did you also detect a different Ty in terms of the intangibles, confidence, poise, command, things like that in the second half versus the first half? And if so, where do you think that might have come from?
I did for sure. And I think, as far as where it came from, I think that there was a mindset going into the game that was embedded in Ty. And I think that it was one that you saw in the Georgia game earlier in the year and things like that, where there was a little bit.
Yeah, shout out Ty Simpson, man. It's a lot of questions about him surrounding him, and he hasn't played great the last 4-5 weeks, but you can't deny he got that dog in him. You can't deny he got that fight in him, right? Right. In that Oklahoma game, we got to be honest here. He showed true leadership. He showed true grit and determination. And if he can get back to his old self, middle of the season Ty, come on, bro. This team is even more dangerous. But the way he stepped up, the big throws he made, I know I made a video comparing him to Kirk Cousins, but that was simply because how he was performing under pressure. But he killed all that noise versus Oklahoma. Now you got to be consistent. He got to do it again and again and again. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Will he enter the draft? Will he come back? Who knows? But will he be a first round pick? Oh, the way he plays, if he's planning on going to the NFL, right? The way he finishes these college football playoffs will tell a tale, period. And we're going to see who he is for real. Is he a first round talent? Is he a third, second, fourth round talent? It's going to show, bro. But the way he stepped up, elevated his game, you hear me, bro? Kept them boys turned up and zoned in on the sidelines, right? Even when Oklahoma brung 50 out, they going to bring 50 out talking about hard to kill. You saw Todd Simpson getting amped up, man, getting jacked up, turned up, heavy. You like to see that from your quarterback, your leader. Let's go, bro. For real. Roll Tide.
Bit of the just let it rip mentality, not worrying so much about, what's going on around him or, how this could affect anything else other than just playing, and obviously for,
hold up.
22.
Hold on, man. Shout out KC Cox in the building. I repeat, shout out KC Cox in the building, huh? Coming in hot, coming in heavy. Hold up now. Ryan Williams, 5 touchdowns. Simpson's got to trust you. Oh man, Ryan Williams for 5? What? Hold on now, KC. You talking about Ryan Williams for 5 versus Indiana? Oh man. Hold on, man. One more again, bitch. Yeah. Hold on now. You got to expound, KC. You got to expound on that one, KC. You hear me? Oh man, he said Ryan Williams 5 touchdowns. Oh man, my boy, you hear me? That would be incredible. That would be lovely, and I'm here for it. Matter of fact, hold on, man. Let's put that back up there around yonder, man. Yeah. Come on, dog. Oh man. He say Ryan Williams finna get off and break off and zone in. You telling me Ryan Williams finna be bout it, fool. Ah. Come on, man. Let's get it, man. Roll Tide, baby. Yeah, bitch, yeah. Come on here, man.
Year-old young man, that's a lot of pressure. And, I think he did a good job of just stay in love with the process, be in the game plan, be ready for the game, and let it keep building and adjust as you go in the game and get ready to make the play. And I just think he was in that moment. He was in the zone as far as just staying locked into the game. And I really felt like he knew that we were going to make a play, and that we got a couple man coverage looks that we had been wanting, that we won on, and was Lottie got it all sparked when he hit that third down on a man opportunity. And I just felt like Ty was going to be ready for that moment. That's how I felt talking to him on the headset, was just that if we got that moment, he was going to make the throw and we were going to make the catch. And, we did, and we kept capitalizing on those moments.
Let's go to Charlie on the far right side.
With Indiana, they're kind of top nationally in just about every statistic you look at.
Yep.
When you watch them on film, kind of what jumps out immediately?
Really disciplined defense. They play very disciplined. They're exactly where they're supposed to.
I keep telling people, I did a whole video on it, man. You know about this Indiana team for real. You study this Indiana team for real, right? You can see, homie, they're disciplined, huh? Very disciplined, man. For real. Very disciplined, man. No cap. That's what it's gonna come down to. Discipline and technique. Just like he said, they play disciplined ball, very well coached, and you can't take that for granted, period. So Bama is going to have to coach better than them, make better adjustments than them. But ultimately, who plays more disciplined, sound ball? Who plays more technically sound football? Heavy, man, early. Ain't no way around it, right? Right. But Ryan Grubb just said it. Just proved my damn point. Can Bama beat this team? Hell yeah. But they're going to have to change some things up, homie. Yeah. And if they play disciplined ball and technical ball, like I said, they'll beat this team by 2 touchdowns plus.
Supposed to be. They execute their system at a really, really high level. They tackle really well. And I think one thing I see that we've been challenging our guys on, they defeat blocks, and I wish I could tell you something way more sexy than that, but it's like they're really good at the little stuff, and that's what you see, in good defenses, is teams that defeat blocks, run to the football, tackle well, force turnovers. They do all the little things really, really well. And that's what, we got to be ready for. Because you'll see plenty of plays on film where it's like, this play is developing, it's got a shot, it looks like it's going to be well executed, and then they just simply defeat the block, and they win at the point of attack. And so, just a good smash mouth team that you can tell are very well coached.
Go to Joe right in the middle of the room there.
Coach, I'd like to ask you about a specific play from that Oklahoma game in the fourth quarter. You're up 7, and Ty hits a 24-yarder to Jeremy Bernard down. It basically sets up the Daniel Hill final touchdown. Just what was your perspective on the play that Jeremy made with that reception, Ty's confidence to deliver?
Great play by Bernard. Great play by Dan Bernard. Great job by Ty Simpson of having faith in his receiver to go up and make that damn play. But Bernard, man, he's a dog. He's a true dog. Yeah, shout out 5, man. Slime him out, bro. Slime him out. Yeah.
For the ball, and just kind of anything that you noticed in particular about that play and what it did for the team.
Well, the first thing I think of,
Indiana defense not letting that happen. Jay Smith only had 144 yards. Yeah, man, Indiana got a tough D now. They say they got 2 NFL cornerbacks. We gonna see. Time to elevate, though. Time to elevate.
It was just exactly what you said, the confidence of him to throw the football. And Ty had a couple different options on that play. He didn't have to take that throw to Jeremy. So the fact that he chose to do that and put the ball down the field and play like that versus man coverage was, something that I thought was, just a good
Shows trust and belief in his teammates. Period.
sign of things to come, that those two are on the same page, and the fact that he didn't overshoot the ball. And, Germ, obviously, he underthrew it probably obviously more than he intended, but, that Germ would make the play for him. And then the other part would just really, I thought, showed how in tune to the football game Ty was. That was their backup corner. We had talked about replacement players getting in there, and, he went right at him. And so I just thought it's, showed a lot of savvy.
Great observation by Ty Simpson. I'm pretty sure most of us watching the game didn't know that Oklahoma had put their backup corner in. Why they put their backup corner on Jeremy Bernard, who knows, right? Why would they put their backup corner in their guarding Jeremy Bernard? I mean, you must wonder, but that's on them. But for Ty Simpson to observe that and attack it, that shows you his smarts, his brain skills, his QB IQ, period, right? Right. Heavy. That shows you his QB, just how he reads the field, what he sees, dog. Pays attention to everything, So great observation for Ty Simpson to trust his receiver. Not only that, give Bernard a chance, but understand they got a backup covering one of our best receivers, if not our best receiver. Oh, I'm attacking this dude. I'm going to attack him and make him prove it. I mean, let me know in the chat. Did you know Oklahoma had inserted their backup cornerback in there? Did you know that was a backup cornerback on the field at that time? Shit. Shout out Ty Simpson, bro. Matter of fact, hold up. Where the sirens at, man? Let's go, man. Shout out Ty Simpson. That shows you where his mind was at.
On Ty's part.
Third row on the right, Mike.
Just what have these last couple of weeks been like for you with some of the shuffling, on the offensive staff, and just what does it mean to you to have Nick get the opportunity at Michigan State?
Oh man, Nick's much more than a coworker. He's a dear friend. I mean that. He's just an absolute stud. So, in this profession, you just.
Hold on, Byron. If Bama defense keep Indiana under 10 points, they win close. You say 10? So you kind of disrespecting Bama's offense, Byron. You hear me? Oh yeah, bro. I say that's cap there. I gotta say that. I gotta call you on cap there, dog. You hear me? But you basically disrespecting Alabama's offense, saying they can't score more than 20. Are you kidding me, baby? Are you kidding me? I mean, they just put 34 up on the Oklahoma defense, who's one of the best in the nation. Yeah. So I ain't gonna say they gotta hold them under 10. I think the offense can definitely get off, but come on, bro. That's major disrespect being shown to this Alabama offense, period.
You celebrate the wins for the good guys, and Nick's definitely.
At Michigan State.
Oh man,
Go back a little bit, man. Hold on.
We had talked about replacement players getting in there, and he went right at him. And so I just thought it's showed a lot of savvy on Ty's part.
Third row on the right, Mike.
Just what have these last couple of weeks been like for you with some of the shuffling, on the offensive staff, and just what does it mean to you to have Nick get the opportunity at Michigan State?
Oh man, Nick's much more than a coworker. He's a dear friend. I mean that. He's just an absolute stud. So, in this profession, you celebrate the wins for the good guys, and Nick's definitely one of them. So I think, for him, just being able to go take that next step. Nick has always been really, really good at building, and I think that's what you see with great coaches is guys that they just take steps. They just keep to,
And so, I be coming to Nick Sharon hard at times, and I feel like it's well deserved. I don't feel like he's a great OC or he was a great OC at Alabama. But at the same time, I don't know this man Personally, I ain't got nothing against him personally, right, as a human or nothing like that. I don't know the man. I'm strictly going off his coaching abilities or coaching skills, period. I don't think he's a great offensive coordinator. Boom. And I have the right to say that, right? Right. I feel like he put the Bama offense in bad predicaments last year. I feel like a lot of his players were underutilized. I feel like the Bama players put the team on their back a lot of times last year, huh? Even with bad coaching, period. I feel like Nick Sheridan was very predictable in his play calling. But it's no disrespect to him personally, right? As a man, as a good guy. Ryan Grubb just said he's one of the good guys. So he might be a real solid, legitimate dude, period, huh? Yeah, he could be real, but coaching, we talking about football, etc. I feel like he failed the Bama offense as a OC. And we saw it all last season, bro. He was very predictable. All he wanted to do was run with Milroe, period, bottom line, no cap. So he goes to Michigan State. Respect, shout out to him, props to him, huh, for staying, sticking around, wanting to finish something, wanting to make history, and not leaving until it's all said and done. I get that. I respect that. You salute him for that. Props where props are due. Boom. And I wish him success at Michigan State. Now, do I think he will be great? Hail to the no. But like I say, props to the man, homie. I don't wish no harm against him. Got nothing against him. I don't know him as a man, as a person, all that. But Ryan Grubb and the coaching staff seems to think highly of him. Period. And of course, they're going to say the right things for him to big him up, right? Give him a boost. But I don't think he was no great OC. And I'm going to stand on that 10 toes down, period.
They develop, they stop somewhere, they're with people, they grow, and they become even better coaches. And I think that, for Coach Fitzgerald, he got a great one. So as far as for the staff,
Hey, Byron, expound. Byron Turner, expound on that, bro. You must explain why. He said, I respect Indiana's defense more than Bama's offense. What makes you respect them more, Byron? I repeat, what makes you respect them more? Come on, man. Heavy, dog. You can't just send a comment like that, right? And not really explain yourself about it, bro. You hear me?
there's certainly some complications that go with those things. I would say again, not to over compliment Nick, but none of those complications have ever come from Nick. He has just been a total stud. If there's somebody that's up in the office as much as me, it's Nick, and he's always right there, to talk about whatever we're going through. So he's been great, and I think, his unwavering support, and just even from the beginning when he first told me what was going on, one of the first things he said is, I'm here to the end, Grubb. Like, I'm not taking the job until we go win this thing.
Respect, shout out Nick Sheridan for that, Respect, shout out Nick Sheridan for that. No cap, man. For real. Got to give him major kudos and props for that, wanting to stick with the team, huh? Stick it out, etc., etc., etc. Oh, yeah. Finish the job, man. Finish your food. Uh-huh.
So, and that was like statement number one. And it just says a lot about his character, kind of person he is. So super excited for him.
Go to the far left side.
Hey, Byron, what does that mean, man? I repeat, what does that mean that Nick Saban from Michigan State, though, or has ties with Michigan State, bro? Heavy.
Coach DeBoer said going into last game that he wanted you guys on the offense to add to your identity in the running game. That's a really good defense that you guys beat against Oklahoma, and then another really good one that you're going to face in the Rose Bowl. How do you think you guys can add to your identity in the running game in the Rose Bowl?
Got to get started earlier. We got to stop doing this first quarter shenanigans.
Facts, big facts. Big facts.
Waiting to get the run game going until the second and third quarter. We're capable of doing it earlier in the game. We got good enough players. The scheme's there. we just got to execute earlier in the football game. I didn't think, that's been our problem as of late. A couple games where we've gotten off to a slow start. That has not been the case all year, but some critical games where I just didn't feel like we were ready for the physical strain early on. And the guys know that. They're up for the challenge. And I think we'll see a different football team in the first quarter at the Rose Bowl.
Go to Blake on the back right.
Yeah, what kind of impression have the early enrollees made for you this week in practice, specifically, maybe Jett at quarterback?
None really yet. Great guys. They really honestly haven't done anything yet. They've been out running around. I know Sedarian's been doing an awesome job over on the scout team for the defense, which is really cool. I know we got a couple of the young defensive players over with us, so I'm actually getting a better look at those guys than the offensive guys. And Jett played a little bit of catch last night. He really just got here, and so did Mac. So nothing yet, but just excited. It's kind of really a cool entry point for these guys into the program here at Alabama. Is just, we're on a playoff run. We're going to the Rose Bowl. I think, in their mind, I would think this is everything they signed up for. Is this is what they, want it to look like when they're in those seats.
Okay, we do have time for one last question.
Yep.
From Zoom, it'll be from Katie Wyndham. Katie, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hey coach, just what did you like about Ty's decision making against Oklahoma and really the whole offense and taking care of the ball, and how important is that going to be against an Indiana defense that's been pretty tough to score on this year?
Yeah, the turnover margin obviously was something that we harped on. That was we felt like that was the reason we lost the game the first time to Oklahoma, and so it was a huge point of emphasis for us. And honestly, I still didn't think we did a good enough job. The ball was on the ground a couple times that it shouldn't have been. And so, we just always say there's blood in the water when people see that. So obviously Indiana's watching that. They're good at getting the ball out. So we're putting a ton of emphasis on that as usual at practice. And so for us right now, I think that when we play tight football games in the playoffs and good defenses like this, we got to take care of the ball. We got to be careful with our decision-making. And anybody that touches the football, we just tell them to imagine that's the whole state of Alabama handling the ball. So they got to take care of that thing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You bet.
Shout out Ryan Grubb, dog. Definitely. Gotta step up, bro. The time is now. We're gonna get into Ty Simpson next and keep it going, baby. You heard me. I'll probably do Ty Simpson, then check out what bro forgot to say. I may do Bernard and Jan Miller as well. See what we got here, man. Let's get it. Bama O-line has looked very suspect this year, and OSU only gave up 6 sacks all season and 5 to Indiana, is why I respect Indiana defense more. Oh, I feel you on that. The Bama O-line hasn't been great, very inconsistent play, but you've seen good play from Bama O-line as well, right? Right. We can't sit here and sugarcoat it. It's been times where the protection has been good for Ty Simpson, and he just didn't make the throw or made a very bad decision, right? Period. So the offensive line has been very inconsistent, but just like the whole team, damn near. So we need more consistency from everybody. Of course, they're probably the weakest link of this team. But they've shown flashes, shown plays, shown drives and performed well in certain games, and we can't take that away from them. Biggest thing, everybody got to start fast, the team as a whole. But I definitely feel where you're coming from, Byron, about the O-line being suspect. They haven't been up to par the whole season, period. Shout out Byron in the building, man. Heavy, bro. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's go to this Ty Simpson next. Hold on. Hold on, man. I think we're going to do Ty next. Hold on 1 second. Let me get to it. Ty Simpson, man, go elevate, bro. It's time to elevate, bro. For real. Will Ty Simpson elevate, dog? You hear me? No cap. Hold on 1 second, man. Here we go. Screen right. Here we go, Todd. Let's get it, baby. Boom.
Sheridan getting an OC job. Just what has he meant to you, and how happy are you that he's kind of sticking it out with you guys through the playoffs?
Certainly very proud of Coach Sheridan and what he's doing for himself and
Shout out Kerry in the building. Shout out Kerry Hill in the building. Heavy. Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide full of pride. Yeah. Do you think the struggles in the run game is due to the O-line, running back vision, or play calling? Man, I think it's kind of maybe a little bit of both. Majority, I just think it's the O-line not moving bodies, especially the right side of the line. You hear me, Kerry Hill? Great Corsten as well, dog. No cap. But I feel like the major weakness is just the O-line in general, huh? Not moving bodies. I feel like blame falls on Grubb too, with some of his inaccurate, inconsistent play calling at times, the way he runs away from the run, so to say. Yeah, sometimes it's running back vision, but I gotta put majority of the blame on the line itself, period. They gotta be tougher, they gotta be stronger, and they gotta move bodies at the point of attack. But like I say, everyone plays a major role. Ryan Grubb, boom. But at the same time, it's been time where the O-line has created some holes, and maybe the running back hit the wrong hole or hit it at the wrong angle. Heavy, We got Jam Miller back, Hill back. Hill's been out of all the running backs. Hill's probably been running the best. I would like to see Riley come back around yonder. Don't know where he is as far as injury status, Yeah. But at the end of the day, no cap, man. For sure. The O-line, it starts with them. Moving they big ass, moving they motherfucking ass and moving bodies so this run game can get to going, period. Execution is the major key. And all season long, they have been too inconsistent. I repeat, too inconsistent, bro. Heavy. So it starts with them big boys having a want to and the fortitude to want to step up and play ball. We don't need 100 yards. They don't got to get 100 yards rushing a game. I ain't saying all that. But because that's really not them. It hasn't been them all season, and they found ways to win. So I'm not one of the people who going to sit here and say, oh, I'm just so nervous and so scared about Bama not being able to run the ball. No. The style of offense they have, they can win with that style of offense. But I want to see them get more of a run game going. Why? Because it will help them as a whole. It will make things easier for them, even play calling, etc. Play execution, etc. All that. You get your run game going, they can get 70, 80 yards a game. The offense opens up even more. Boom. And can't nobody really mess with Bama if they can get their run game going. Period. Bottom line, no cap. Heavy. The weather at the Rose Bowl, rainy. Please pray for California. What's going on in Cali, man? I know they say it's gonna be rainy, etc. We'll see how it goes, man. Thanks for that. First time watching. I like the show. Hey, much appreciated, Kerry. Kerry Hill in the building. Kerry Hill in the building, huh? Yeah. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and fire that chat up. You hear me, Kerry? Heavy. Byron Turner, no big facts. Haven't seen Young much either. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Young. Young got into the game like he had some good runs last year when he got his opportunity and got his chances. I don't know if he just getting beat out. Is it because of injury or, he just not the guy. People are performing and playing better. So we'll see. You might see Young hitting the portal as well, Heavy. Whoa. Jordan in the building, coming in weird. I can't wait to make Love. What are we talking about here, Jordan? What are we talking about here, huh? Yeah. Give. What the hell? I feel as though I deserve it. I hope. Okay. All right. We're gonna shout out Jordan in the building. Don't know what you on, my dog, my boy. We're gonna leave it there though. You hear me, huh? Yeah. I heard they got crazy fog in California right now. Hey man, you gotta adapt. Whatever the case may be, right? Bama gonna have to adapt to anything and everything. It's part of the game, part of the process, dog. Period. You want to be great or not? You know, you want to be great or not, dog. No cap, for real. I don't care if it's raining, stormy, fog, whatever. You adapt to the elements, right? You get it done, dog. Period. Not for real. What's up, man? we got an Indiana fan in the building. A roll Hoosiers roll. Come on, Mercedes. You know better than that, my boy. You know better than that, my boy, huh? You better hope your team is focused. You better hope Indiana is prepared. You hear me? You better hope your team bring their damn A game, bro. You hear me, huh? Yeah, bitch, yeah. Straight up. That's what you better hope for, bro. You hear me? You talking about roll Hoosiers roll? Oh yeah. We finna get in that ass and not the way y'all like, sexy Dex. Oh man. You hear me? Yeah. So you better hope your team is prepared, homie. Yeah. Cause we're gonna be saying roll tide all damn day and night. Straight up. Get back to it, man. Let's get it.
His brand and his career. He told us as quarterbacks, right? Like, he wants to call plays, and then going back to Michigan, of course, like with his family is very, very important to him. So just super proud of everything that he's done. And he's very important to me, not only as a coach, but as a player and a person.
And like I say, shout out Nick Sheridan, man. No disrespect to him as a person, as a human, as a man, etc. Obviously, the team love him. Obviously, Ty Simpson love him. All that, and I get that. I get all that. So that's what it is, man.
Just because, somebody who I can always come talk to, whether, about football or life in general. So, super happy for him and his family. And it means a lot to me in my career.
Go to Joe in the middle of the room.
Ty, I want to take you back to the Oklahoma game and ask you about a specific play. In the fourth quarter, you hit Jeremy down the sideline that set up the Daniel Hill final touchdown. I just want to know maybe your perspective on that play. One, was it an RPO, and what did you see? What gave you confidence to throw it to Jeremy, and then Jeremy making the play and making the catch over the guy's head?
Yeah, how can I forget that play? So it was a RPO type play, right? There was a play before that. Actually, we ran a similar type play, and they had one-on-one with Ryan going the other way. And we came back to the sideline and we were like, hey, if we get another one-on-one chance, like, just, hear me out, or whatever. And so sure enough, right, like same type, similar play, bring emotion in, and had one-on-one, new.
Hey, Jordan, stop being a goofy, dog. Stop being weird, huh? You hear me? Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Roll Tide. Yeah.
Knew the corner was who the corner was, and I wanted to give German a chance and knew the down distance and where we were on the field. So I was like, hey man, let's go get it right. And German, outstanding play. Nothing that I didn't expect him to do. Probably should have thrown him a better ball. But big time players make big time plays in big time games.
Go to Nick on the far right.
Coach Grove mentioned that he saw you have the kind of let it rip mentality, and that led to a lot of success in the Oklahoma game. How do you continue that and make sure that you bring that to the Rose Bowl?
I think one, it starts with just kind of the, not caring mentality.
Hold on, man. Give me a second, man. Give me one second. I gotta go back to this. Hold on, man. Hold on. But Ty Simpson, as far as his play, all he got to do is go out there and play ball, man. Let it rip, let it fly, and don't overthink it. Period.
I talked about after the game about how everybody just kind of wrote us off, me included, and it made me feel some type of way. And so, thank you guys, thank the media. It's kind of the same mentality going in, right? Like nobody expected us to make it to the Rose Bowl. Nobody expected us to make it to the playoffs. So it's kind of the same thing, right? Like just forget the world.
Alabama versus everybody, damn near, like I said, playing with house money. Everybody wrote you off, counted you out. Most people say you shouldn't be there. They say nothing to lose, but a lot to lose, but go prove them wrong and just play ball, play fast, play loose, all that.
It's all about Alabama. And so that's, the mindset going in, and it's going to be the mindset forever, forevermore.
Go to Will on the far left side.
Obviously, a lot of storylines going into this game, but you're one of the guys that's been there before. What do you remember about the last trip to the Rose Bowl, and how have you come along this season to help you be ready for this one?
Yeah, first off, right, like growing up, playing in the Rose Bowl is a dream come true. It's such an honor because of the big time game and the implications. But I was talking to Terrion and Patrick Surtain on their podcast about this game, and just remembering one, how it started, right? Like I think Caleb got a pick, or something like that, something to where like the momentum had shifted. And there were just key plays in the game to where we could have put the game away, but we didn't. And
you remember that feeling, huh? I'm sure they remember the feeling. Rose Bowl once again. This time, will they make sure it's different, huh? Will Ty Simpson, him as a quarterback, as one of the leaders of this team, will he make sure, do his best to make sure the outcome is different? But like I say, it starts with him, Ryan Grubb, and the O-line. But can he bring his best game and play his best ball? Him as a quarterback, we know what he has, the physical attributes, who he is as a player, a person, etc. As a leader, all that. But can he focus in, pressure on, big lights, everything on the line? Can he step up and play his best football of his life, of his whole career? They talking about Ty Simpson. Is he an NFL quarterback? Is he this? Is he that? We're going to find out. So the big question is, can he rise up to the occasion? That's what matters with Ty Simpson, period. Can he rise up? Will he rise up to the damn occasion? You hear me, huh? Yeah. And we're going to see. He has to be locked in. He has to be prepared. He has to make the big throws. He has to be accurate, period. He has to put the team on his back in certain times, period. It won't always be pretty. It won't always be perfect. Yeah, Indiana will apply pressure at certain points in the game. Question is, how does he handle it? Is he back to his old self? Heavy, dog. Will he go be great? I think he will. Matter of fact, I know he will, bro. Shout out my dog, Ty. He is a dog, my brother.
And I remember, that last play and we getting stopped, and how, Michigan rushed the field or whatever, and how we felt in the locker room, and just telling myself like, hey, if we ever got, this place again, to making sure that I do everything I can to make sure we don't feel that way. And that's kind of the mindset going in of, making sure that I'm crossing every T and dotting every I, of doing what I can to prepare.
Hold on, man. He say, this boy here say, everyone is disrespecting Indiana, Hoosiers against the world. What? First of all, let me shut this nigga the fuck up. First of all, don't try to come with the whole Indiana against the world. Don't try to take the whole Bama lingo, huh? Bama versus everybody, Alabama versus all y'all, Alabama against the world, huh? Yeah, bitch, yeah. They know where they started from this year. Who started that this year? Bama versus the world, Bama versus everybody. Don't come in here, Mr. Mercedes, trying to kick your Hoosier bullshit talk, huh? Yeah, this Alabama territory, you get your ass, I get on your head top, make your head drop, huh? Yeah, you hear me? Everyone disrespecting Indiana. How? Who? Everybody's going against Bama. People saying Bama ain't got no chance. People were saying Bama shouldn't even been in the playoffs, shouldn't even be there. So who really going up against who? You Indiana Hoosier punk chump, jive turkey punk chump, huh? Yeah, boy. Watch your mouth and watch your tone. You hear me? He coming in here trying to take some Bama lingo, bro. The fuck going on around here? Now it's the Hoosiers against the world now. Now it's Indiana versus everybody. Come on, man. Stop the cap, you punk chump, huh? Boy, I put you on your head top, boy. I make your head drop, huh? Yeah. The hell wrong with this clown here, man? You clown, huh? You a clown in the boogie downtown. He talking about Indiana against the world. What? Everybody got Indiana as the favorite. Oh, you forgot? Oh, people ain't give Bama a chance, right? Oh, you forgot? Huh? What, my boy? You better come correct or don't come at all. Roll Tide full of pride, motherfucker. Yeah. My boys Tucker and Landino gonna shine. Hey, fuck Tucker. You hear me? Fuck Landino. You hear me, huh? Yeah. No cap, bro. Yeah. Huh? And while you up in here in Bama business, right? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And matter of fact, and share. You hear me? Point blank, period, dog. No cap. You talking about Tucker and Landino. Who the fuck are they? Who are these people you speak of? Mercedes? Huh? Please tell me who's scared of Tucker and Landino. Ain't nobody worried about nobody named Tucker and Landino. You hear me? Huh? You better be worried about Bama offense and Bama defense, bro. Because guess what? It's something you have never seen. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Bitch, yeah. You know? That's what the fuck you better be worried about, dog. You better relay this message to your coach, to your players, to that motherfucking punk chump Mendoza. Huh? You hear me? Because we're going to be on his ass like white on rice. I repeat, we're going to be on his ass like white on rice. Right? Right. You know? Yeah, man. You know, Carrie, let him know, Carrie. They tripping, dog. They tripping, dog. You know? Who are they? Yeah, who the hell are they? You talking about disrespect. I'm going to keep disrespecting. No cap. The whole world disrespecting Bama. You coming in here, jive turkey, JT just talking. So yeah, bring the energy. Keep that same energy, homie. Keep that same energy, homie. No cap, bro. For real. All right, here we go. That card guy in the building. Shout out that card guy in the building, man. What up, big dog? Bama might be in trouble. Hey, you say that? Cool. Indiana might be in trouble. Boom. Huh? You know, everybody quick to say and love to say Bama might be in trouble. But guess what? Have y'all ever forgot or thought about that Indiana may be in trouble as well? Come on, man. Stop the cap, bro. Stop the cap. You hear me? Yeah. You say Bama might be in trouble. Okay, and Indiana may be in trouble. Shit. Come on, man. What you talking about? Fernando Mendoza has on cement shoes. He's in trouble. Come on, Kerry Hill. You know what we'd do to a pocket passer. You know how Bama. You know what Bama do to a sitting duck. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Oh, trust me, he ain't never seen no pass rush like Bama's, yo. For real. And he a sitting duck, and he can't move for real. Yeah. Oh, we on his motherfucking neck. Come on, let him know, man. On this rock in the building. Shout out on this rock in the building. You hear me, huh? Yeah. Indiana might be in trouble. No room for all these future trophies. Come on, man. They talking about Bama might be in trouble. It's the same thing for Indiana. Are people forgetting they playing Bama? You hear me? Come on. Shout out Holden in the building. Shout out Holden in the building. He say all Alabama got to do is shut down Elijah Surratt, their receiver. You know? Come on, man. It's Alabama might be in trouble, big SKOL. Motherfucker, Indiana might be in trouble, motherfucker. You hear me? Yeah. Uh, you hear me? Come on, man. Get back to my brother Ty talking, man. Let's get it, bro.
Like I've never won and perform like I've never lost. So that's kind of the mindset going in, and understanding.
Hold on, what he said? What he said? Hold on, what he said though? What he said? Hold on, what he said? Hold on.
How Michigan rushed the field or whatever, and how we felt in the locker room, and just telling myself like, hey, if we ever got this place again, to making sure that I do everything I can to make sure we don't feel that way. And that's kind of the mindset going in of making sure that I'm crossing every T and dotting every I, of doing what I can to prepare like I've never won and perform like I've never lost. So that's kind of.
I like that one, huh? I like that. What he said? Heavy. Run that back though. Run that back though, huh? Round yonder. What he say? Perform, prepare like hold on, say it again, my boy. Huh?
Stopped, and how Michigan rushed the field or whatever, and how we felt in the locker room, and just telling myself like, hey, if we ever got this place again, to making sure that I do everything I can to make sure we don't feel that way. And that's kind of the mindset going in of making sure that I'm crossing every T and dotting every I, of doing what I can to prepare like I've never won and perform like I've never lost. So.
He said, prepare like I've never won, perform like I've never lost. I like that, my boy. You hear me, huh? I like that, Ty. Yeah, bitch, yeah. That boy said, prepare like I've never won and perform like I've never lost. Let's go, bro. No cap. Run these motherfucking Hoosiers out the water. They thinking they can run with Bama, huh? Yeah. They forgot who Bama is, huh? Yeah. Remind them, Ty. Remind them, dog. No cap.
That's kind of the mindset going in, and understanding that I understand the 1,000th win, if that's not mistaken, like 1,000th win for Alabama, and just moving on.
Hold on, Carrie. Hold on, Carrie. Let them know, Carrie. Hold on. Yeah, hold on, Carrie. Hey, one more again, bitch. You hear me? Come on, man. Bama still the standard, man. Everybody still look up to Bama, man. Everybody still know Bama is the damn standard, huh? Yeah. Let them know, Carrie. Yeah. I'm going to let that sit there for a minute. Yeah. Bitch, yeah.
The season, so.
Hey, Ty, so Indiana's undefeated, playing in the biggest game in school history. Does that add pressure for you, or does it make it more like, I'm ready to seize the moment?
Yeah, I think if anything, it's more exciting. Indiana is a really, really, really good team. Like, I'm very impressed with what they're doing on film, what they've done throughout the season. Their defense, how disciplined they are and what they do. And it just honestly makes, the stakes bigger, right? Like, number one team in the country, 13-0 Big Ten champions, got the Heisman Trophy winner, got one of the best third down defenses in the country. So, being able to go out there and play and perform and be a competitor is all you can ask for. So, the team's super excited, and the guys are, just ecstatic to be there.
Go to Chase on the front left.
Do you know Fernando Mendoza from camp travels or anything of that sort? And if so, what's that relationship like?
Yeah, I do not know Fernando. I do know people who do know him, and they say all great things about him, just not only as a player, but as a person. Watch his interviews and just very, very impressed with what he says and what he does, and especially, the tape speaks for itself. He's a Heisman Trophy winner. So, just as a player and a person, just ton of respect to him.
So Charlie, follow up with
The right thing to say,
him on the far right here.
Just going back to Indiana's defense, when you watch them on film, kind of what jumps off the page first for you?
How, first off, how they all play together. Like, there's not one person on that defense who doesn't play for each other. They all fly to the ball. They all doing their job. Another thing is, how hard they play. They're always flying to the ball, like I said, like doing their job. And just how disciplined they are is the biggest thing. Like, they're always going to be in the right spot.
Intensity and discipline. Intensity and discipline, bro. You hear me? Period.
They're always going to make sure that every blitz
Bama got to match it. Matter of fact, surpass it. Bottom line.
is, the right pattern, and they're going to disguise it very well. And that's what, got them to this point. They do a really, really good job on third down of just distracting your eyes. And then on first and second down, they're going to make sure that they rally and tackle. So, we got to understand that we got to do our job. And make sure we stay on track. And that's the biggest thing on the first and second down.
All right, take time.
Now I'm gonna go into Brelford. We're gonna break down Brelford. I really want to see where Brelford's mindset is, huh? People's energy, right, huh? People's determination, huh? Etc. Because it's gonna be very important. We get a great game from this O-line. Bottom line, man. Now, will they rise to the occasion? We will see early.
Yeah, it looked like you got a special delivery.
Hold on,
I
man.
think Coach Cap
Let's
mentioned
see.
that your injury typically for most players is like a month injury, and you were back pretty quickly. Just what was it like?
Yeah, man. I want to see what one of the leaders is, one of the leaders is, etc. Brelford, we need a lot from him. We need a lot from the O-line in general. Will he elevate his game? Will he step up, etc.? Hey, tell him, Byron. Tell him, Byron. hey, he must be day sipping, right? Right. Shout out Michelle in the building. I mean, shout out Michael in the building. Michael Wentz in the building. Indiana is better than people think. I understand that. No one's saying Indiana's not good or not good. Who's saying that, Michael? We all know that. We all understand that, dog. Ain't nobody saying Indiana's not good. Come on, bro. You'd be foolish to say that. Everybody knows that Indiana is a good squad. No one's taking that from them, but Alabama is a good squad as well. Period, dog. Yeah. Come on, bro. Heavy, man. Let's be real here, man. No cap. Nobody's saying Indiana is not good. Like, stop it. Stop the cap. But people are saying that Bama can't play with them. People are saying that Indiana will smash Bama. So let's not forget about that, bro. It's cool though. Let them keep sleeping. Watch how Bama wake them up. Point blank. Period. No cap. Byron, what you mean? Byron, what you mean, bro? What you mean? Ty Simpson needs to get into rhythm quickly. Big facts, Holden. Big facts, dog. Definitely, bro. Definitely got to get into a groove early, sooner than later. Yeah.
Kind of going through the rehab and what things did you have to do on that?
I mean, obviously I trust the training room, and they were telling me that there was a good chance that I'll be back sooner than what people.
And it's good to see Brailsford finally healthy, huh? He's been battling an injury, for about 4-5 weeks, maybe? He's been banged up, bruised up, whatever you want to call it. But the fact he's healthy now, and Bama as a team in general is healthy now, right? You still got some injured players here or there. But a guy like him, who plays a pivotal role on the O-line, as a communicator of the O-line, the leader of the O-line, him being a center and all, right? He controls communication, understands slides and protections and all that. Offensive line adjustments, all that. So it's good to see him be 100%. And I'm sure he will rise to the occasion, bro. Rise to the damn occasion. You hear me, huh? Yeah. But this guy's they say he may be the number one center prospect in the draft. So it's time for him to go prove it.
Usually are back by. I mean, obviously fighting through injuries is tough, but they did a really good job of just like helping me through that process, mentally as well. Just figuring out how I'll be able to go by Saturday.
Go to the far left, Will.
Shout out to the training staff.
Your impression of just being on this stage and having the opportunity to play in this game after you guys have had so many critical games in this recent stretch? How do you feel this team's mentality is, and how ready do you feel that this team is to play in the Rose Bowl?
I feel like we're ready to go. I feel like this team is a team of fighters. And to answer the Rose Bowl question, I mean, I'm from the West Coast, kinda. I'm from Arizona, so being from out there, it's always been the dream to play in the Rose Bowl. So, I mean, I'm excited for this one.
Go to Joe, right in the middle of the room.
And you can tell, huh, man? I like his energy, right? He's saying, expressing how excited he is. You damn near see it in his eyes. He's ready for this moment. He's ready to show out and show up and ball in this moment. And I'm sure all these guys are ready to step up to the damn equation. What he said they was, fighters, warriors. Oh, it's the perfect time to prove it now. All the chips on the line now. Everything put it on the line now. Leave it on the damn field. So I'm expecting a great performance from this team as a whole, man. As a whole. I'm sure they hearing the rumors. They tired of hearing the cap. Bama ain't this, Bama ain't that, Bama ain't got no chance. And you think they ain't gonna show up prime time, under the big lights, man? Oh yeah, them boys coming. We coming, you hear me? Yeah, roll tide, full of pride, heavy.
Parker, I've been asking everybody about the Jeremy Bernard Moss catch in the fourth quarter. Obviously, as on an RPO, it's tough for an offensive lineman to see what happens down the field. When did you realize that Ty did take that shot, and when did you kind of were able to grasp the impressiveness of Jeremy's catch, and what did that do for y'all as an offense?
What it did for us, it turned us up. It got us fired up. But so I was blocking my guy, right? And then, I didn't even know what really happened, to be honest. I just seen Jerm with the ball down the field, and the ball kind of came out, so I'm running to the ball, and I don't really know what happened. The ref called it a complete catch.
Yeah.
And then, that was that.
Roll Tide.
On the far right.
What kind of advice have you given to Chris Booker as an early enrollee, and just what has he shown you in these first couple of days of practice?
I haven't had too many opportunities to talk to him, but from what I pretty much told him was just, like coming as a freshman, it's a lot. Like it's a big transition. Obviously, just being able to keep your head down and putting to work every single day is a big thing that has helped me going from when I was a freshman.
That boy got that 1970 fro, ain't it? You hear me? Hey, shout out Browse for dog. That boy got that 1970 afro popping. Yay. Roll Tide.
Scout team to where I am now. So yeah.
Jamie, you got a question back row, right?
Indiana's defense has been tough in the trenches. How do you approach physicality early to set the tone on offense?
Just like you said, physicality early. But they're a great.
Yeah, physical. What you mean? How you match it? How you match it? You bring physicality first. Yeah.
Team. They don't mess up on almost anything. They're very disciplined. So it's a great front seven for sure, and it's going to be a challenge for us. But I think we're ready for it.
Any other questions for Parker? Let's finish up with Nick. Nick on the front right.
Yeah, Coach Grove mentioned that they've got guys who can get off blocks type of deals. So what were you?
Don't let them off the block. You hear me? Anchor down, dog. Anchor down. Heavy. Bitch, y'all.
You guys going to do or try to do to make sure that that doesn't happen?
It really comes down to just outstraining our opponent. That's really what it is every week. Their D tackle, they're a nose guard. He's a good player. Like he's good at using leverage. He has good hands, good at getting off blocks, all that. So
Hey, Holden did a video about it yesterday, man. Go check it out. Boom. You hear me? But to answer your question real quick, they need to pay the man, period. Ain't no way around it, but to pay him what he wants, pay him what you owe, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said in the video, bro, Brian Flores is the most important part of this team. More important than KOC, more important than Quasi. At this moment, yeah, hell yeah. Pay him whatever, dog. I repeat, pay him whatever. Bitch, yeah.
Just being able to outstrain him and being able to go essentially harder than he can is basically my goal.
All right, thank you, Parker.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Shout out Bradford, dog. And we got one more to get to.
Coach Grubb said he wants to see the running game get going earlier.
We a rock with Jam. Let's go, Jam. Hey, listen, man, but we need more from Jam Miller at this point in time and moment. We need him to get back to that old Jam, the way he used to run the ball, tote that tater, and we need him to lock in and dive in. Yeah, you hear me? We understand battling injuries, been nicked up. Now he's 100%. Now he got to go ball, homie. Yeah.
Against Indiana, what are some of the ways that you see that you guys can make an impact in the early stages of the game?
Oh, it's all about preparation. It all starts off in practice, just building a relationship with the online, just working with each other, just to.
It should already be a relationship, huh? Yeah. He said build a relationship with the O line. Well, we how many games in now, bro? This the college football playoff, huh? Yeah. It should already be a certain relationship with the O line. Oh, no doubt. But preparation is key. Yeah.
Get that running game going.
Go to Joe in the middle of the room.
You said it's all about preparation. What do you see in your preparation in this Indiana front? I believe they're top 3 in the nation in rush defense.
Indiana, they a great team. Watching their film, they hardly make any mistakes. So preparation is going to be a big thing during this game. It's all about who could do their job the best. Go to the far right, Charlie.
You obviously missed some time because of injury. Just how are you feeling, and how good was it to get back on the field for the team?
All the injuries, I'm good now, 100% healthy. Just be able to be in the game with the team now. It's always a great feeling. Just being with the brothers. Go to the far right. Stay on the far right with Nick.
Yeah, what do you remember from that Rose Bowl 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody know that was a bad feeling. We was right there, but everything happened for a reason. And now we get a second chance to go out there and just prove everybody wrong.
See, all these players remember the feeling, know the feeling. Now it's up to them to go change that feeling and make sure it doesn't happen again, period, dog. No cap, straight up.
Wrong. Let's go to the front left over to Chase.
Yeah, just getting back to how you're feeling physically a little bit. What did the week off ahead before the Oklahoma game do for you?
Everybody know we got a great training staff here, so I did a lot of training, just get my body ready, just get ready to prepare for that game. We do have a question from the Zoom. Let's go to the Zoom. We'll take the question from Colin Gay. Go ahead, Colin, when you're ready.
Hey, Jam. Obviously, this is the first time that Alabama has ever faced Indiana. I mean, what's kind of the impression of, Indiana from afar, or kind of the battle between the SEC, the Big Ten, things like that?
It ain't really no difference. It's a whole nother team. Everybody's there. They do the same thing we do. We eat, sleep, breathe. It's just a whole nother opponent in our way. All right, let's finish up here on the front right with Nick.
Yeah, I should ask that question a better way. What can you take from that Rose Bowl experience to help you the second time around?
Just better preparation. To be able to execute.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Type of question is that, homie? Huh? Better preparation, man. Better execution, period. Bottom line. More want to.
Just everybody go out there and just do everything 110% instead of 100%. Just got to beat our opponent at the end of the day. All right, thank you, Jay.
Gotta fight, gotta be strong, gotta put it on the line. Heavy. Gotta be locked in. That's where it starts, man. Heavy. We're gonna do one more, Jeremy Bernard, finish it off strong, and we're gonna wrap this up, man. Here we go. Yeah.
Randy Moss.
Period, man. Yeah. Got any questions, comments, or opinions? Fire them up in the chat. Fire off in the chat, right? Right. And before I get up out of here, I'll get to them. Yeah. Roll Tide full of pride. I repeat, Roll Tide full of pride. Yeah. Yeah.
What that was like to get that.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, man, before he gets started, man, hey, let's go 5. Let's go 5. Come on, man. Lock in, bro. No cap.
You got a special delivery from Randy Moss. Tell us about that and what that was like to get that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a...
Shout out Randy Moss, man. Hold on now. Hold on now, huh? Hold on, man. Hey, that boy got happy, ain't it? Yeah. Hey, that boy got happy with that Moss, huh? Yeah, man. Hey, shout out Randy Moss, man. Little Minnesota Viking, Alabama connection. Yeah.
Expect that to come. After we lifted, the other day, Ty was like, we got a present for Unk here.
I'm like, what's the present? Like, we just got done lifting, we all sweaty and stuff, and like he presented me the glove, so it was cool to share that moment with my
Shout out Moss, dog. Shout out Moss. Shout out Moss. Shout out Bernard, man. Heavy.
teammates.
Go to Will, far left.
As a prediction, Bama is going to come out strong, but once the game settles in, Indiana takes the game over. What? No, man. No, bruh. You know? Hey, appreciate you being real and saying how you feel, Byron, but I see it going a different way. Oh, yeah. When does Alabama play? Thursday, January 4th, 1st, I believe 4 p.m. Eastern, Holden. I believe 4 p.m. Eastern, Holden. Yeah, man. Roll Tide full of pride, huh? Roll Tide full of pride. Yeah.
Obviously, at Washington, you guys won the Pac-12 because of the geography of the old playoff format. Didn't get to go to the Rose Bowl. What is it going to mean to you to step on that field in this setting and with this team?
Oh man, I think it's a great opportunity for this team to be able to be back at a place that they lost 2 years ago. To have this opportunity to play again in a historic game and just make ourselves legendary. So I mean, everybody's excited for this game.
Oh, yeah. Excitement, man. Excitement. We know you know how Bama do. Rise to the occasion, bro. Rise to the occasion, bro. You hear me? Oh, them boys finna rise all day, all night. Yeah, roll tide. Woo! Huh?
Go to Joe in the middle of the road.
Nick set me up here, but I'd like to ask you about that play in the fourth quarter, just kind of your perspective going up over the defensive back, maybe Ty's confidence in you to throw the football, kind of what that meant to you and maybe what you remember from that play.
Yeah, we kind of harped on taking more downfield shots, preparing for the Oklahoma game. We knew that we were kind of missing that in our offense. We had guys like Latsier and Isaiah Brooks that made great plays down the field. That really helped us in our game. And then I was just one-on-one coverage. Ty, he's been playing good all night. He trusted me, and then it was just.
As far as the receiver room, everybody got to step up. Catch passes that you should catch. Period, homie. Yeah. It's all good, all cool to be excited and ready for the game. But at the end of the day, all the receivers got to step up, right? Right. I already talked about Ryan Williams. Bernard had a big drop, right? Yeah. Isaiah Horton had a couple drops versus Oklahoma. Yeah. Ryan Williams dropped a big third down and 11. Yeah. And don't forget, man. Don't forget. Brooks balled the best. Isaiah Latsier Brooks, a freshman, playing the best ball right now. So they need to feed off his energy, right? No doubt, man. Everybody got to step up. Then you throw the tight ends in the mix, Quavies, etc. Boom. Come on, man. Run through these boys, run by these boys, and run past these boys, man. Heavy.
Me going up to make a play, regardless of, where the ball placement was, I knew I had to, make a play in that critical moment. And, I just couldn't let Ty down for, he trusted me to throw that one-on-one ball, so I couldn't let him down in that moment.
Let's go to Blake on the back right.
Yeah, what has Sedarian Morgan shown you in these first couple of days of practice as an early enrollee, and just as a veteran, what advice do you have for him?
Man, shout out Sedarian Morgan, dog. He will be a star. He stayed mentally locked in, works on his craft continuously. He will be a star. For any of you who don't know who Sedarian Morgan is, he is a 4-star recruit, a crazy athletic freak specimen that has come into the University of Alabama. He will be playing next year as a freshman, and I expect him to make some noise as a freshman, bro. I repeat, I expect him to make some noise as a freshman, bro. Heavy, you hear me? Early. Yeah. The physical attributes, boom, there. The speed for his size, boom, there. He just got to stay mentally locked in, heavy.
And he's gonna be a great player
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I'm excited to watch his growth and how he is going to succeed. He's a big receiver. Obviously, he listens very well. He takes coaching. He's eager to learn. He's been really, really good, giving our guys on scout team a look. And so, I mean, it's exciting to, see a guy like that, come in early. It really helped me, in the long run. And I think it's going to help him even more elevate his game. So I'm excited to see his growth.
We'll take a question from the Zoom. Go ahead, Katie. Question.
Ty thanked us after the game, the media, for kind of doubting and giving them an opportunity to prove us wrong. Is that something this team relishes, is the opportunity to prove people wrong, especially now as you face the #1 team in the country?
Not necessarily. We're always just, focused on us and, playing our best game. But obviously it adds an extra fuel to our fire, knowing that everybody is down us and nobody wants to see them win. So we put that on our shoulder and we just, work harder.
What he said, nobody want to see Bama win, but guess what? Bama gonna go win.
Question standing up in the back left there.
Coach Grubb talked just about Ty's mentality with you guys going down 17. What was it like for you, for the entire offense, to kind of see the way he led in that moment?
Yeah, so I mean, Ty is a great leader for just his whole team, not just for the offense, but for him to lead the right way and have the right energy on the sideline, continue to encourage guys to continue to push forward through their adversity. We need that from our leader, from a key piece of our offense. It doesn't really, the offense doesn't really go unless he goes. So it was just great for him to have that energy on the sideline, because it just made everybody else go as well.
We'll finish up with Nick here on the front right.
Yeah, one more question about the catch. How many guys have you mossed like that in your career?
I made a few cool catches within my career, but that definitely is at the top, man. To be able to do that in a critical game, in a critical moment, that's something that you dream for. So for that to come true is really, really cool.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.
Sir, thank you guys.
And shout out Jeremy Bernard, man. Oh yeah. Shout out Jeremy Bernard, dog. No cap, Hell yeah, man. If Bama shuts run game down to at least 60 yards, they win. Hey, they can win in many different ways. Of course, run game defense has to be there. That's just what it is. They got to be locked in mentally, prepared, physically, spiritually, all that. But I feel like the defense will do very well against this Indiana offense, man. For real. I think they will shock and surprise a lot of people. Yeah. We haven't seen the best Bama team yet. We haven't seen the best performance from this defense or offense yet. So let's not forget that round yonder, right? Right. And that's pretty spooky, huh? If you think about it, dog. We haven't seen the best performance from this team as a whole yet. Not even an Oklahoma comeback, because how they started, that wasn't the best performance yet. So think about when they really put it all together, huh? And play really complimentary football. Oh man, bro. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for this squad. You hear me? Roll Tide full of pride. Roll Tide full of pride, for real. No cap. You heard me? Yeah. Finna get up out of here, man. Give it about 3 more minutes. We get to the 2:30 mark. Yeah. Once again, dog, make sure you like the chat up, huh? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Heavy, bro. Yeah. Roll Tide full of pride. Win, lose, or draw, huh? But we come to win. Yeah. Roll Tide, Alabama. Shout out Mark Banks in the building. Shout out Mark Banks in the building, man. You know what it is already. Huh? But we ain't got to say no more. What we got? 4-5 days away. The time is now. All the talking, all the doubters, all the haysayers, the haters, the naysayers. Bama can't do this. Bama ain't this. All that. Thursday come, 4 o'clock, depending on where you are, whatever time it is, right? Hey, bro. Bama got a chance to kill all that noise, go out there and be legends. Ain't nobody giving them a chance. They damn near playing with house money. But they can shut everybody up, huh? Quiet everybody. Shut them down. Yeah, shut them all the way down. Period. We know what it is at Alabama versus the world. Alabama versus all y'all. Alabama versus everybody. No cap, bro. The outside noise, the rap poison, don't none of that matter. It's just chatter. Only thing that matter is what? Them boys paying attention to themselves, huh? Worry about what's going on the inside, on the interior of the building. Yeah. Paying attention what's going on amongst them, making sure they're locked in and prepared in every way they can be to win. As long as they believe in each other, right, and got faith in each other and belief in each other, man. Hey, bro. Hey, can't nobody rock with them or run with them for real. And I'll stand on that 10 toes down for real, homie. Yeah. So it's on Bama, bro. Period. Indiana can't beat them. They can only beat themselves. Early, homie. Early. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Salute to the channel, though, homie. Keep up your good works. Buckeyes in the building. Hey, man, much appreciated, Byron Turner, man. Much appreciated to you, homie. For real. Appreciate that love, dog, huh? For real. Yeah. You know? Let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. Hey, man, let go Roll Tide, Alabama. Real talk, I love my team. Hey, shout out Mark Banks, man. Shout out Mark Banks in the building, huh? Yeah, matter of fact, huh? Come on with it. One more again, bro. Come on with it, huh? Yeah. Finna get up out of here, dog. You already know what it is, man. 4-5 more days. Lock in, Bama. Lock in, Bama. Hey, the board, they say this is a big moment, man. They say you can't win a big game still, my boy. Yeah. Make sure your team is prepared, DeBoer. Make sure your team is locked in, DeBoer. You hear me? Huh? Go step on their damn neck. And leave no doubt, bro. You know? No doubt. Make sure they never forget the day they played Bama at the Rose Bowl in Cali. Put it on their ass, man. Roll Tide, full of pride. You know what it is, man. Here we come. Yeah. Roll Tide forever.